Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Real and Raw with Ree. Happy Hump Day. We are on episode 54. So today's topic is very, very interesting. So today we are going to be talking about how I would react, what I would do if somebody called me the N-word. And we also have a voice note. So grab a glass of your favorite drink and let's get on into it. So before I get into the topic, y'all know I have to do a mental health check real quick. So I would say that my mental health is at a 9.5, 10. I am doing very, very well. I don't know. I'm just in such a happy space, and yeah, I'm just happy. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm smiling just talking about it. Everything has been going very, very well for me. I have the Lord to thank for that. I cannot complain at all. I cannot. I feel like I'm in good spirits. I'm in good health. Like, everything is going very well for me. My podcast is growing, and my podcast and my happiness is my main focus. I don't know if I told you guys, but I took myself on a solo date like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, probably 2 weekends ago. It was Memorial Day weekend, I think. Yeah, because that was the last one that just went by. So yeah, it was that I was off that Monday, so I think I went that Sunday. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I took myself on a little solo day. It was my first solo date. It was nice. I had a good time by myself. So yeah, I said I'm gonna start doing more of that. I wanna go get me a massage. I plan to take me a solo trip, which I haven't done that before. But I plan to take me a solo trip. I'm not sure. I kind of have an idea where I want to go. I kind of want to spend the whole week there. Like, leave on a... Trying to see, do I want to leave on like a Thursday? Come back. I'm trying to see when I want to leave, honestly. Like, do I want to leave on a Sunday? Come back on a Sunday? Or do I want to leave, like, I don't know, because I just don't want to do the whole weekend. I mean, just the weekend. I don't want to do that. I want to spend, like, a whole week somewhere just to myself, just vibing, chilling, not doing anything, honestly. Not doing anything. Now, if I happen to be in a city where I, know somebody, my mutuals are there or whatever, I'll hit them up or they can hit me up or whatever, and we can chill, vibe, whatever. But it's mainly just for me to get away, not be with nobody, have that room to myself, just be at peace, order room service and all of that. Like, put on a nice little robe and just chill out. Might take my little nice robe that one of my friends got me, take my robe with me, just chill, like, overlook, have a nice view, because that's my main thing. I really, really, really want a nice view and just chill, just peaceful. That's what I want. So I'm trying to decide where I'm going. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to plan, because I have the vacation time, so I might as well use it. So yeah, but I'm at a 9.5, 10. Your girls, like I said, my podcast is growing. I always get up here and be about to burp. Excuse me. This is like going back to when I first started my podcast. It was like, excuse me. But then I started editing it out. But yeah, and somebody was like, shoot, if you burp, you burp. And I'm like, no, I can't be burping in these people's ear. But I get what they were saying. But yeah, my podcast is growing. I low-key been networking with people. So yeah, my podcast has been growing. Again, it is on YouTube, so that is amazing. Yeah, so I hope all of you are doing very, very well. If you are not, do what I told you to do, which is write it down. Vent to someone if that's your thing, but be mindful of who you vent to. Talk to the Lord. And it is all June, and I just found this out yesterday, that it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And I'm so happy that y'all get a month. I don't know when it started. I really don't, because like I said, I just found out yesterday because I seen it on somebody's snap. But I'm happy for y'all that y'all get a month. Like, y'all really, really, really deserve that, because men go through so much. So I'm happy that you guys get a month. Like, make sure that you guys are taking care of yourselves. I would love to know how you guys are doing mentally. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, you cannot do a 5 because that's in the middle. Everybody tends to choose 5. So I would love to know how my listeners are doing, my male listeners, like how y'all are doing. I hope y'all are doing very, very well. Take this month to just take yourself on a trip. Go get that massage. Go get your hair cut. Like, do whatever you need to do, honestly, to get your mental right. Like, mental health is so, so, so important. And I was just talking to one of my coworkers about that. I was just like, I feel like if you are in a happy space within your job and you don't have a lot on your mental, because I feel like your mental health is more important than money. That's how I feel. I feel, because everybody wants to talk about, oh, you should try to move up, move up, move up. But I feel like if you are at a good space where you are, you don't have too much weight on you right now, you're happy where you are, and you know that the load that comes with being a manager, being a supervisor, if you know that you're not ready for that and you just trying to protect your mental, stay where you at. Don't let people talk you into moving up. And that's what people have to understand. Everybody doesn't want to move up in their company. Everybody is not. Some people are content with where they're at, and that is fine. That is fine. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. But yes, take care of your mental health. It is very important to take care of your mental. Men, I hope all of you are doing very, very, very well. Just trying to, I know what I want to say, but it's like nothing came out. But take this month seriously. Like, seriously, just live in the moment and do what works for you. Take care of your mental. I cannot say that enough. Take care of your mental. So we are going to get into this voice note, and then I'm going to give you guys my response.
So I have a question for you. If you were ever in public, either with your significant other or even with friends, male, female, combo, it don't really matter, and someone walks by you, whether it's the store, whatever the case is, and they just call you a nigger or some derogatory term directly to you as they're passing by, or they're just talking junk to you as they're passing by. And for the sake of this argument, the people around you don't do anything, or your significant other at the moment doesn't do anything. How would you personally respond to a situation like that? And what would you expect your significant other or the people around you to do in a situation like that as well? Because for me, I really believe, even though it's an old childish saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I do believe words can carry weight, but at the same time, I personally feel we're just around people in general who constantly have bad days, stressed out, don't like their life, whatever the case is, and they're trying to find an outlet. So they try to talk junk or take it out on somebody else because something triggered them. And I really felt if they were really about that life, or if they really wanted to do something about it, they would get physical. Because for me, I even asked my wife this question, and I really wanted her to understand the perspective of you don't have to respond to everything, especially if it's words, because they didn't touch you, they didn't bump into you. I don't care if they stare dead in your eyes as they're walking by and saying the foulest things. I personally believe you should just keep going. If you get mad or upset, whatever the case, then so be it. But just keep going. Because, one, like I said, people are just looking for an outlet. They're looking for a reason to take out their frustration or whatever the case is. And in today's day and age, if you hit first, you'll be the one that goes to jail. You're the one that gets in trouble, whatever the case is, because it ain't self-defense in no way, shape, or form. And two, I really believe people need to understand you never know what somebody has or what they're carrying or what they're willing to do if you do choose to respond. Because one thing I do preach, especially to my wife and being a female at that, people are constantly at their ends wits for whatever reason. And one thing I definitely say to her is don't honk your horn at people, because I've seen videos to where someone honking a horn can lead to a shootout. It can lead to them ramming you off the road. It doesn't matter, and people will legit just drive off because they don't care. They'll deal with the consequences later, whether they want to or not. So I personally believe, especially as a female and even as a male, like me personally, as long as they don't touch you, I really feel like you can just move on. And I know black people, and it's not even a stereotype, I've witnessed it. Black people have to respond. They have to get the last word. They have to feel like they're in control or they're the dominant one. And I really feel like we have to do better. You don't have to respond to somebody, whether they're racist or not. Like, move on with your day. You'll probably never ever see them again if you kept walking. And then if you did decide to do something, you could end up having consequences that you didn't even want to be a part of. But since you had to respond, it just escalated to that point. But how would you personally respond to a situation like that with people around you that don't do anything and a significant other that doesn't do anything? And then also, if they do decide to do something, how would you personally react?
So, y'all, the crazy thing is, I have been sitting on this voice note for like a minute, and then I was just sitting here thinking, like, I have a voice note somewhere, and I think I have another one from um one of my followers on one of my social media platforms. His voice note is in my email somewhere as well, so I have to go save that voice note because we're going to do that as well. Not on this episode, of course, but it's crazy because for a few days I have been thinking about, like, what would I do if somebody said the N word in front of me, and not even with the ER, but just like said it, because I feel like either way it goes, if you are not black, I don't feel like you should be saying it. And I know that some people like to give people a pass, and I'm going to get into that because I have something else that ties into this episode as well. But I've been watching a show, and the show has made me think about, like, what would I do and how would I react. But if somebody came out of their mouth and called me the N word with the ER at the end, baby, we're going to have problems. We are. And I get what you're saying about be mindful that, people have weapons and all of that. I get it 100%, but I feel like they were not mindful when they said what they said. And if you get in my face, baby, I'm pushing you the fuck out of my face. Like I don't play that. Don't get in my face. As soon as you're walking up, baby, I'm going to extend my hand. If you touch my hand or walk past my hand, you are too fucking close and you are getting touched, because I don't know what you were doing when you were coming in my space. And we already know a certain type of people don't believe in personal space. And those that listen to this episode, I'ma just say you take what I say how you want to take it. But this is the topic at hand, so it's nothing personal again to you, but this is the topic. It is what it is. So if this episode might be a little triggering for you, might ruffle your feathers, I just say go ahead and click off, because I'm going to say what I want to say. So yeah, like I said, if you walk past my hand or you touch my hand, baby, you too close. Like, you need to back up. You need to back up. Now, I might not walk up on you because, like you said, I don't know what you have and you don't know what I have. But once you get in my space, it's over with. It's over. I just feel like don't let nobody get too close to you to ever touch you or do anything like that. Like I said, once you start walking up and you saying it, I'm going to extend that hand. Like, don't come over here. Don't come over here. I'm sparing you right now by letting you say it over there. Don't come over here. Don't get in my space. And that type of person is going to, well, they might not say, oh, what you gonna do? They might not say that, but they are going to come over there and test you, because for one, they're already testing you with that word. They already testing you. But if I'm with somebody, like my friends or whatever, and they don't say anything, I'm really gonna be looking at them like, so you ain't gonna say nothing? Like, that's how I'm gonna be looking. And I feel like if I'm with somebody, it's like, well, they said it to you, not me. That's it. Friendship is probably over right there, because you don't have my back. You don't have my back. And then if I'm with my man and he don't say anything, it's just like, baby, you are not for me. You are not. And if I start to say something and he is not backing me or whatever, he just standing there looking like he's scared or, whatever, I'm really going to be looking at him funny. Like, I'm telling you, he's really, really, really going to have to explain to me on the way home why he behaved, why he reacted the way, why he didn't react. I mean, like, why he did nothing, why he didn't react. And at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm like, do I really want him to react? Because let's just say he does react and he goes over the top. I mean, blood boiling, he on 10, and men are strong. So let's just say he about to rip the man head off, and I'm just like, babe, chill. Like, and I can't diffuse the situation. It could go very left, so I get it. But I feel like that's why you have these things called, everybody like to pull out a phone. So I feel like pull it out when it's needed. In this situation, you need to record what's going on. If somebody is saying racial slurs to you, you need to pull your phone out. And this is why they got their ass handed to them. Like, and I don't, listen, I get the whole sticks and stones, words, and I get that 100%. But people know it's a difference between calling somebody ugly and calling somebody the N-word. Like, come on now. No. I can deal with somebody calling me ugly because I know that is a mother effing lie. But when you call me the N-word, I feel like you want your ass whooped. Like, you want it handed to you. I don't care what type of day you had because you don't give a shit about mine. So, no, I don't, no. And we can't walk around and be like, well, we're just going to let them say it. And people might be feeling like this. And we never know what type of day people have. They don't give a fuck about how my day going. So why should I give a fuck about theirs? That's how I feel. And I hate that it's like down to like businesses or whatever in your job, and they're like, you don't know what type of day people's having, and just be nice and walk around with a smile. Do they give a shit about my day? No, they don't. So it's like, I get that you are doing a job. I get that you are at a business, at an establishment. I get it. I get that you are on the clock. But at the end of the day, respect goes both ways. So, and being nice goes both ways. If you are smiling at me, I'm going to smile at you. If you roll your eyes at me, baby, you ain't got to worry about me. You don't. You don't have to worry about me. I hate when people, like when managers and all that be like, well, we can't do this and we can't do that. You never know what type of day people's having. Do they care about my day? Do they? I get that I'm on the clock and I work here. But no, you are not going to talk to me, handle me any kind of way that you think that you want to. You are not going to do that. And I sit back and take it because I'm clocked in at a job. No, respect goes both ways at the end of the day. So let me go back to when I said if you're not black, you shouldn't be saying it. If we're being real, no black person is going around saying the N-word with the ER at the end. Like, not anybody that I know that I hang around, I've never heard it. So yeah, if somebody that is not black is saying it, they clearly want some problems. Like, they want all the problems if you are going around saying that, especially around a group of black people. Like, come on now. Let's be real. And this is how I feel. And I know people might disagree, but those who agree, yeah, you get it. You understand. If somebody that is not black says the N-word to somebody, and with the ER at the end, okay? With the ER at the end, I feel like, and I don't believe in jumping. I don't believe in that at all. But I feel like every black person in that room needs to jump on their ass. That's how I feel. Every single black person in there. Or I feel like whoever the person said it to, go toe to toe with them and do what you do. Next person, go toe to toe with them, tag team. That's how I feel. Tag them in. That's how I feel. Every single black person need to get tagged in and go to work on them. That's how I feel. Because you knew what you were doing when you said it. And you a bold little something if you say it and you by yourself. You are a bold little something. Especially if you say it around a bunch of black people. Like, you're bold. But it's the show that I'm watching. Or whatever. It's on Zeus Network. And it's a girl up there. She's Puerto Rican. She said the N-word or whatever. She didn't use the ER. She said nigga. So, and mind you, I don't go on around saying that. I don't refer to people as that. I don't even like it when a dude that I'm dealing with or whatever call himself that. Like, oh, I'm a real nigga, or whatever. Oh, I'm that nigga. I don't like that. I just be like, sir, please don't refer to yourself as that. Like, that's a turn off to me. I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's cool. Now, I feel like if you talk like that amongst your friends, I feel like that's different. Of course, black people. I'm not referring to anybody else. But like I said, the girl on the show, her name was Gretch or whatever. So she it's not funny, but it's funny looking back at it. But she was like, I think she was raised in the Bronx or whatever, so she was like, the people who she grew up around, she's used to saying it. And I get it, and you can tell that she's used to saying it, because baby, it rolls right off of that tongue. I mean, she was like, she was getting into it with a black girl. Mind you, it's mainly black people on that cast, okay? So she was getting into it with a black girl, and she was like, nah, you snuck me, and that's some nigga shit or something like that, or that's some weak nigga shit or something. And so people were like, did she just say nigga? And I'm looking like, she did. So um they were like, are you black? Like, you can't say that or whatever. And they were telling her like, don't say that, don't say that. So she sat there in them black lady's face and was like, she was like, I get what you're saying. And it was like, yes or don't say it. She said, I get what you're saying, but I don't give a fuck. And they was like, well, you can't say it or something like that. And she was like, well, I did. And yelling, or she was like, she don't care or whatever, like yelling that she don't care. So they went off on her, like started fighting her. And she did get jumped. She did. And I feel like it was justified. She got a justified ass whipping, because I feel like if you say it and you're in a room with black women or black people, period, and they let you know, like, please don't say that. I don't like when people say that. It's not black. I don't feel like it's right. It makes me uncomfortable. You shouldn't be sitting there saying, oh, I don't give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck that you got your ass whooped. Like, that's how I feel about that. So I feel like you shouldn't be saying it. And then later on in the episode, she apologized, said it again, and then apologized another night, said it again. And honey, she just got every ass whooping that she got, she deserved it, because I feel like you should not be saying it. You should not, from nigga to nigga with the ER. You shouldn't be saying it. You should not be saying it. You definitely shouldn't be saying the one with the ER at the end. You should not be saying that. I feel like I feel like saying that to a black person is the same as spitting on somebody. That's how I feel. That is how I feel. And if somebody spit on me, I'm going to try to take you out this world. I'm telling you. Like, yeah. And I thank God I have never dealt with that. I thank God, I thank God, I thank God. Because I'm taking somebody's head off. I'm going to try my best to take your head off if you ever spit on me. I swear that is the nastiest thing that you can do. And you have no respect for somebody if you spit on them. You deserve your head knocked off your shoulders. I'm telling you, you deserve it. I have no remorse for you. Anything that happens, I have no remorse. Like, none, because you sat there and you spit on somebody. So yeah, I feel like saying the N word with the ER at the end, it's the same thing as spitting on somebody. That's how I look at it. It's the same thing. And some people might be like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. And if you're not black, who cares what you think? Well, who cares what you even think? So yeah, it's the same thing. And I feel like black people, y'all need to stop giving people passes to sit here and say the N word. Like, stop giving them passes. I don't care how cool they are. I don't care if they know all the Lil Baby or Young NBA, whatever his name is, NBA young NBA. NBA NBA young boy. I don't care if y'all know his music. I don't care if you know all of Kendrick Lamar songs. I don't care. Don't give nobody no pass to sit here and say the N word. And that's the same as y'all inviting people to the cookout because they know some damn lyrics. Like, child. And that's why they feel like they get a pass. That's exactly why. Now, what you say amongst your friends, like, I feel like what you say amongst your friends who are not black, and it's not around a black person, nobody has control over that. But I feel like when you are in front of black people, don't sit there and say nigga, or don't sit there and say it with the ER. You damn sure shouldn't say it with the ER. You shouldn't. And you also shouldn't say nigga. Like, You just should not say it. I stop giving people passes. The more that y'all give people passes, they think it's okay, and then they'll be like the girl from the show where the shit just roll off her tongue. Like, you can tell that she is so used to saying it. Like, people let her say it, and now it's just like, it's rolling off the tongue. But she claims that she wasn't saying it in I can't even talk, in a derogatory way. But in the same breath, she said, I say it when I get mad. And you're saying it to a black person because you're mad. Like, no, I don't agree with that at all. So you need your head rocked in. Like, yeah. So I get what you're saying about you never know and all of that. I get it. But, nope, it's just certain things that you don't say. And I feel like that's one of them. But if you call me the N word with the ER, you knew what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were doing. And, honey, you just knew what you were doing. And I feel like and I hate to say since that's what you wanted, that's what I'm going to give you. Because then you might feel like, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to happen and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed that ass whooping. I hope you did. Like I said, I feel like every black person in there need to put hands on them. That's how I feel. So I asked you guys to send me voice notes pretty much explaining like what would you do in that situation if somebody called you the N-word, and if you had like a boo or significant other and they didn't react or anything, like what would you do? What would you say? So I'm going to go ahead and play those voice notes.
I never been in a situation where somebody's called me the N word, but if they was to do that, I pray and hope they don't do that. Let me just first say that I pray and hope nobody doesn't do that, especially of a different race. But if they was to do that, it would probably be a little bit of smoke or a little bit of furniture moving around, I should say, because I don't even play them type of games. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I didn't do anything for you to call me that. And then if I'm dating a young lady and she doesn't respond the way I think she's going to respond if they call me the N-word or call her the N-word or however it plays out, because we're in a relationship, we're equal, we're together, we're a unit. So if they call me the N-word, they calling you the N-word. So that means we TTG, we got to go ahead and make some shit shake. But if she doesn't make nothing shake, I don't see us being in a relationship much longer because, like I said, we're a unit and we're not moving as one if somebody's calling me that and we're not, you know what I'm saying, making something shake.
So let me start off by saying that you have a really nice voice. But yeah, you have a really nice voice. I agree with you on the move as a unit. I feel like that's very, very important. And I always tell people, I'm like, I don't care if I'm wrong. Like, not to the point where I'm like over the top, but I don't care if I'm wrong. I feel like defend me in public. You know, to me, it goes back to that, like moving as a unit. Defend me in public, agree with me in public, but when we get behind them closed doors, you can be like, babe, you know you was wrong when such and such. As long as it ain't no crazy shit, like I'm not doing nothing crazy. But in this case, I feel like, yes, you are supposed to move as a unit. And I feel like she's supposed to, back you on that and vice versa. So, yeah, I agree with you. What tickled me is when you said furniture moving around. Because I have never heard anybody say that except my dad. And I asked him when that was like, where'd you get that from? And he was like, I don't know. So it's funny to hear you hear you say that. That part really tickled me. Um, and as far as you saying that you don't know about being in a relationship after, I can understand that because it's like I feel like I'm like 50-50, I want to say, because that's why I said I would have to kind of hear their side. Like, why did you not react? Like, why did you do nothing? Like, you didn't say anything. Were you in shock? Was it like, well, it really doesn't matter to me? Like, why did you not say anything, do anything? So it would have to be a really, really, really good reason. So I understand you for saying like you wouldn't know about a relationship after that, because in your mind, y'all not moving as a unit. But I feel like hear them out. And if they get pissed at you for reacting, that kind of says a lot. Um, and y'all are clearly not on the same page when it comes to that. So I feel like that probably really wouldn't be the person, honestly, for you, because I feel like if they feel like, oh, you shouldn't have reacted, you should have just let it go. And it's like, what do you mean? So I agree with you on that 100%.
Okay, so I was asked to give my thoughts or opinions in regards to the matter of the use of the word nigga and the word nigger with the ER at the end. So the details of the question were, how would you react if you heard nigger with the ER at the end as opposed to nigga with the A at the end? And if you were out with your spouse or significant other, how would you feel if they reacted to it or they didn't react? So, my personal thoughts or feelings, because I'm a very, very transparent person and I'm also culturally aware of how things operate in society between, certain words or the way we may use them and how they may come across. And so I'm very, very blunt and direct on this matter, but the use of nigga is culturally incorporated with black people because it's more of an idea or a look at, like, let's say, like, endearment, so to speak, or how you might greet your brother or a friend or somebody close. But make no mistake, we all know the cultural difference between the use of it with an ER at the end, which to me warrants like no reason to think anything other than it's used in a very, very malicious, derogatory, and racial fashion. So my reaction to it, as far as someone greeting me, is like, "What's good, my nigga?" But like, "How you been, my nigga?" At the end of the day, I I treat that like a term of endearment. But when there's an ER attached at the end, I immediately get triggered because I already associate that with racism. So, in regards to my spouse or significant other, say if we're out and we do hear that word and we hear it in the fashion of it being used in a derogatory manner, if she reacts, I already know that I'm with the right person, because at the end of the day, the values that I have and that I stand on, as far as words used around me or how people may associate them with me, matters. And so, therefore, I need them to matter to her as well. However, if she doesn't react or she questions my reaction to it, I'm going to look at her a little bit differently. It's not to say that it would dissolve the relationship, but I would still need to consider what kind of person I'm with if it doesn't offend or trigger them. Because, again, any woman that I'm with, I want her to share the same values and thoughts and morals that I share, for us to be a strong couple. But those are my thoughts, my opinions, and if anybody has any of the same thoughts, like, definitely share.
Okay, I kind of had a feeling that this would be your reaction. But yeah, as long as you black, you can say nigga and you can say the N word with the ER at the end. Um, Now, if you are not black, like I said, I don't feel like that should be coming out of your mouth. Even I don't feel like niggas should be coming out of your mouth. I just don't feel that way. And like I say, I know that people are, cool with black people, and that's how they might greet each other and all of that. But I'm just gonna be looking like, really? I'm I don't know, but I'm just gonna be looking like they let them say that, or but yeah. So I'm happy that you said that the woman needs to react pretty much, and if she does not, you are gonna want to know why, because I feel like that's important. That's what I said as well. And I like that you want her to share the same morals and values as you. And I'm also happy that you with all the shits when it comes to the N word with the ER. Like you ready to go up for it. So I'm happy about that. I should have asked y'all. What I should have asked was, let's just say if y'all got into a little scuffle, started moving furniture, as the first person said, would you want your girl to move that furniture with you? Would you want your girl to get in that scuffle with you? Or would you just want her to sit on the side and make sure that don't nobody else come up on some shit? Like, I should have asked y'all that because I'm very curious. Like, would you want your girl to get in the field with you? So, yeah, but thank you guys for your response. I really appreciate them. So, I do want to get back on the whole road rage thing. I agree with you telling your wife not to be honking at people because people are crazy. Like people are really crazy, and it's crazy that you are kind of skeptical about, like, let's just say somebody is sitting at the light has turned green, they still sitting. You would be skeptical about beeping at people because you don't know what could happen. Yes, they are in the wrong because they just sitting there and the light is green. And it's just like, damn, do I beep? Do I not beep? Do I just sit here and wait? And you thinking like, of course I don't want to sit here and wait and miss the light, and then the light turn yellow. Next thing you know, they look up and they gone, and you still sitting there. Now you pissed. So that's the whole situation. But yeah, beeping at people, and then it's like cutting people off, and it's just like, baby, let them have it. Just let them have it. And people probably will get mad at you for not putting your signal on before you turn. Like, or, tailgating and all of that. So it's just like, yeah, don't be pet folks. Because, I don't know, people and then speeding. And I just feel like people will, follow you and do some crazy shit. And I feel like don't be giving people stare downs if they driving too slow for you and you go past them. And it's like, don't even stare them down, because that right there will have somebody ready to take your head off too. So it's just like, I don't know, people are crazy. This world is crazy. So yes, you did the right thing by telling her not to honk at people. And it's crazy that people's first instinct is to shoot at people and do crazy shit. It's just like, what is wrong with, I ain't gonna say what's wrong with y'all, like it's y'all, but I don't understand folks these days. It's the world is a crazy place, and every day when I leave the house to go to work or anywhere, I just be like, leaving the house is just, it's a blessing to get back home every day. Like it's really a blessing. And some days I just be like, damn, I gotta leave out the house, and go into this crazy world. And, instead of being in the comfort of my own home. And, things can happen in your home too, robberies and all of that. But it's just safe to be at home and out the way, out the streets, everything. So it's always a blessing when you walk back through your door. Thank God that you made it back through your door, because a lot of people are not making it back through those doors when they leave. So, yeah, I just had to put that out there. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. Thank you guys for tuning into another episode of Real and Raw with Ree. Make sure you rate, share, comment. Also do my polls and Q&As that can only be found on Spotify. Make sure you hit that plus or follow button depending on what platform that you are listening to my podcast on. If you are on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell. And as well, click the link in the description box of this episode to support my podcast. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.